Donald Trump had a wish list, a big one, and sadly, he wanted every single item on it to come true. Top of the list, Iran surrendering its nuclear ambitions. But that isn't happening. Instead, the Middle East is on fire, and the flames are licking dangerously close to Trump's political plans. Let's rewind a bit. As Israel accused Iran of racing towards a nuclear bomb, it struck first. And then Iranian officials called the accusation lies and retaliated with military action of their own. Then came the United States, launching what they proudly called massive precision strike on key Iranian nuclear sites, Fordow, Natanz and Esfahan, also with B-2 bombers. The world watched in horror as missiles hit the targets. The result? International outrage. Many call the US strikes illegal, with Rafael Grossi, the head of International Atomic Energy Agency, warning that nuclear safety has been seriously compromised. And this is actually coming from a president that actually wants a Nobel Prize. But while the missiles may have looked impressive on television, Russia's Dmitry Medvedev wasted no time in mocking the Washington's efforts. The critical infrastructure of Iran's nuclear fuel cycle appears unaffected. Medvedev reacted, and he didn't stop there. He added, and we quote, "The enrichment of nuclear materials for Iran will continue. Some countries will even directly supply Iran with nuclear warheads." Wait, what? Is Russia hinting at supplying nukes to Iran? Well, that's a possibility that just cranked the drama up several notches. Now, as all this is going on, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi landed in Moscow for a pre planned visit that suddenly became very high stakes. As tensions rose, Araghchi described the moment as exceptional and called for deeper consultations with Russia. The Kremlin hasn't officially confirmed a meeting with Putin, but let's be honest, Putin's fingerprints are all over Kremlin. The Russian president, as always, is playing chess while everyone else scrambles with checkers. At the St. Petersburg International Economic Summit, he defended Iran's right to peaceful nuclear technology as long as there is a security guarantee for Israel in place. And Russia has fully condemned the US strikes, calling them blatant violation of the UN Charter and warning of a wider Middle East war. So, as you can see, as Trump tries to corner Iran, Putin is making himself an indispensable player. And Trump, well, he's just having another headache, Russia itself. Actually, Washington had cooked up a brilliant plan to cripple Putin's war chest. That was slapping a brutal 500% tariff on any country that is purchasing Russian oil and gas. However, as the Middle Eastern tensions worsened, Trump, personally, it appears that he decided to derail the bill, and so it was stopped so that Putin cannot interfere, and it was most likely an appeal that Putin may not enter Iranian war clashes. But it appears that Putin is in no mood to do so. With the Middle East crisis deepening and Iran Russia ties strengthening, Putin is no longer playing along these lures. The offer of lifting sanctions or giving them a breathing space holds little weight as Moscow finds a new leverage through its growing partnership with Tehran. In fact, Putin appears emboldened, using Washington's distraction in Middle East to fortify its influence. Kremlin officially mocks the previous tariffs just as noise. Russia continues selling its oil and Iran presses forward, and the crisis in Middle East grows messier day by day. So at the end of the day, it is Trump's earlier offer to Putin that has lost its shine. The game has moved on, and what once seemed like a strategic balancing act is now resembling a tangled web where Putin holds many of the threads, and Trump is actually stuck in that. And as his geopolitical drama barrels forward, one thing is very clear. Putin is done being lured and he's setting up the traps once again.